Good morning, everybody. We are talking about staying hydrated today. Staying cool, staying hydrated, all of the things today. So my kids and I, we are taking a trip in June. We're going at the beginning of June to Disney World in Orlando, Florida. I am taking myself, my 17-year-old son, my 2-year-old daughter, and I guess he'll be 6 months old. A little 6-month-old foster love to Disney in the summertime. So the thing that I am the most concerned about is the heat. I used to live in Florida, so I am well acquainted with just how hot it gets. It is a tropical climate, so it is muggy and it is hot, and you do have to be very careful so that you don't have heat exhaustion and sun poisoning and things like that. So how am I going to prepare to take such a wide age range of kids and myself and make sure that we stay hydrated, stay cooled off, and enjoy our trip? So first and foremost, water. Drink lots of fluids, all of the fluids, drink them all. So we have these, so because I have the two littles, we'll take a stroller. And on the stroller, I have these things called mommy hooks. They're like gigantic carabiner clips. I will put a link to those in the description. But they're amazing. We use the mommy hooks for everything. We use them predominantly to hold our water bottles. We bring in those, we just get them from Walmart. I know there's like name brand ones out there, but just the metal water bottles, and ours have like a little plastic hoop across the top of them, and so we just hook them on to the mommy hooks, and they just hang off the side of the stroller. The fantastic thing about taking your own water bottles into Disney is that you're not buying water at Disney. Please don't ever buy water at Disney. Please don't spend the money. It's not worth it. Take your own water bottle. Take one of those. They make these collapsible bottles. They make collapsible cups, whatever. And even if you don't have those, any restaurant you go to at Disney World will give you free cups of ice water. That's how I've done. I've mixed up bottles. I'll go in, I'll send my teenager in, and I'll say, hey, go get me, we need 3 cups or we need 4 cups of ice water. And so I'll put the ice water down in a bottle and mix up bottles and go. I rinse out bottles with the free ice water, fill up our water bottles. So please don't ever pay for the plastic bottled water at Disney, because they give it to you for free. So there's no reason not to use that perk of being at Disney World. So that's one way that we're going to stay hydrated, is we are going to use that benefit of the free ice water. We're carrying our own bottles, and we'll do it that way. Another thing that we are doing is we are bringing those, I think they're called Frog Tog towels. They're the cooling towels, and they may not be like that brand. I'll have to look at my Amazon. But the cooling towels, those are really beneficial. So we're going to have cooling towels with us. Again, you can pour that ice water right over top of it. It stays cool, it stays wet. You wrap it around your neck. Another way to cool down quickly is to put that in the creases of your elbows, behind your neck, in the creases of your elbows. Your head is a huge source of heat. Your feet are a huge source of heat. So if you take your shoes off, dip your feet in some water. If you need to cool down quickly, if you find yourself getting too hot, cool down quickly, take your socks and shoes off. Take your hat, take your ball cap off. You know, my kids will wear hats, but we will be taking them off anytime we're in the shade. So if we step into shade, they're going to take them off, and I'm going to fan their heads and make sure that they're keeping themselves cool. The little fans are also fantastic. If you get to Disney and you're like, oh man, I need a fan, those misting fans that they have are very nice. If you don't want to pay the misting fan prices, they do have misting fans on Amazon, and they're smaller, they're more compact. You can put those down in your suitcase and bring them with you. We have some of the fans. I bought them a couple of years ago from, I think I got them at Walmart in Orlando, actually. But they're little square fans that hang around your neck. You just hang them around your neck. So we have a couple of those, so we will bring those. And then I also have some stroller fans that attach to the bar on the stroller. And I have one that attaches to the bar on the stroller, and then I have one that clips onto the sun visor of the stroller. I will put links for both of those down in the description as well. So keeping babies cool in the stroller. That's another thing. Like I said, we're going to use the fans. We're going to use the cooling towels. Lots of water, lots of fluids, trying really hard to stay hydrated. And then what you wear. So wearing thick cotton, you're going to be miserable. Wearing denim, you know, I'm a larger girl, so I get that good chub rub, and I will not wear denim in the parks. I don't wear denims in the parks ever. Just because your girl is afraid of some chub rub. But I do use, Arm & Hammer has a stick that you use, so I do use that. And then I wear yoga pants or yoga capris or bike shorts, any of those kind of things to prevent the rub on myself. And then my kids, so they'll wear the athletic wear, that dry wicking shirt, the dry wicking shorts, like the soccer shorts. But you want something that's breathable and not going to bog you down. Another thing that is great at Disney is a lot of the ride queues have misters, and so that's why I say don't wear cotton, because cotton takes forever to dry, and you almost feel weighted down. So if you get really sweaty and your cotton gets wet, okay, that's going to take a while to dry. If you're standing in a ride queue that has misters, again, you're going to get wet. They of course have some of the water rides, and then there are stations, like I know one that comes to my mind immediately is the Tiki Heads right by Jungle Cruise. Those are misters, and those are a great place for kids to play. So if you've been going hard all day and the kids are starting to get hot, go over to the Jungle Cruise area. There's these really cool Tiki Heads, and they have misters in them. And so that's a good way to get a little wet, get a little cool off. And then the biggest tip is, and we never do this, guys. We never do this. Of course, we never go in the summer. Leave at midday. Go back to the hotel room. Take a rest. Go get in the swimming pools. You know, from noon to about 3, 4 is the hottest. That is when the sun is at its peak. You're gonna get the most sunburnt. You're gonna get the most dehydrated. So we actually have a longer trip this time, because we're not going to be sun up to sundown 12, 14 hours a day in the parks this time. We've got 2 little ones. If it was just me and my teenager, we probably would. But I've got a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old that we'll be taking, and it's just not wise. Like, we will take breaks. We will go back to the hotel. We will take that afternoon nap, cool off, go to the pools, and then come back into the parks as the day is cooling off. If you decide you don't want to do that, I highly recommend booking some dining reservations, some sit-down dining reservations. That will get you in the air conditioning, and do that around 1 or 2 in the height of the day, so that you're taking a break from the heat. Get inside, get some air conditioning, get some food in you, some drink in you, and then go back out into the parks. If you're at Magic Kingdom, Mickey's PhilharMagic is a great stop. It's a great 30-minute beat the heat kind of place. If you're in Hollywood Studios, it's the Frozen show. And if you're over at Epcot, it's the Beauty and the Beast sing-along. All of those locations are fabulous ways to get out of the heat, get into the air conditioning, and really get away from the hot. So that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to operate and how we're going to run when we go in June.